Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program PvP. I'm here with Mr. Mod, aka the glorious leader of is it Tuxedo's Industries.
A delight as always, sir. Yes, indeed it is.
Well, today I plan on launching a bit of a special ship that I've put together. I've just thrown together casually. Well, when I say casually, I mean I worked my ass off trying to get this to work properly.
I've seen the pictures on your Facebook page and they scare me.
So hopefully, when this finishes loading, there we go, right. So this is it launches the Tsunami, which is the interceptor that's featured previously,
Mm-hmm.
and launches the new experimental bomber, which is this big bugger under here.
Oh, a second bit. Bloody hell, 40.
So, yeah, combined weight of those two vessels is roughly about just over 800 tons. So
Over a gazillion tons, you say?
800 tons, and it's got a modest launch stage.
I think it needs more thrusters. If it were me, I'd put at least 10 million more boosters of every variety on there because it needs more power.
As a nod to yourself, all of the outside thrusters are the smallest thrusters, and they're all mainsails because we know we like mainsails.
Good boy.
Okay, so I'm going to come out of this for a second because I need to explain why I built that monstrosity.
It's because you have a tiny penis and you're overcompensating. Clearly, it's the only reason you build something big like that.
How do you know about that?
I hear stories from your boyfriend.
Okay, hold on. There you go. Right, there's the moon. Right, where is my ship? I have a ship. If I left it in orbit, it might be that one. Let's have a look at this tsunami. Now this is the one that I should have left in orbit around the moon. It's come up with the right information at least. There we go. Now this vessel has been mauled a little bit.
Oh, what did you do?
Well, if you remember last time, it had an entire rear engine section, and I actually left it with a big rocket attached to the back of it, because I had a whole load of extra fuel. And you also notice that it's missing all of its nose section.
Now you mention it, yeah.
And its two large weapons missing, and it's only got a few left. Basically, Nightshade Industries attacked me.
What? We can't have this. It's
Nightshade
unspeakable.
Industries attacked me. Yeah. So as it stands at the moment, Fermion Kerman is perfectly safe. The ship's engines all work. Its RCS all works fine. It can move around. It's still got weapons. So as far as I'm concerned, this plucky little interceptor that it designed, survived a direct hit with a weapon that was is about the same size as one of these big tanks. It's massive that got fired at it. I believe it struck just in front of the nose, breaking off everything, but that caused it to spin, which caused quite a lot of, like the very large thing on the back had a pendulum effect, which snapped it off.
It actually looks quite aesthetically pleasing in that view. Short, stubby little aeroplane thing. I like that. It's a shame it's not intentional
It's
on
a
your
shame
part.
that it's been blown up, but the armor and everything has managed to do its job. And the good thing is all of these things here, they're all reloadable, so it's, other than losing the one mount on its nose, it's still got full fuel, it's still got engines. It's missing its main engine, but it's got two backup engines which work perfectly fine. So other than perhaps reloading it at some point, this is perfectly workable. But it is only one asset, and I intend on doing as hard a strike as I can against the Nightshades, which are here.
Has he done anything to my station, do you know?
It appears to still be there. It's not in bits. I don't think I've got a craft within 30k of it.
Then don't stress about it. You carry on with your own plan.
Anyway, Nightshade has Nightshade's Hive 1 Mun refining facility was the one that was here before. You notice part right next to it is the Bumblebee Worker Delivery System. A cute name for a nasty little ship that blew me up. So I'm going to take out both of his assets, here, which is his only space station he's got around the Mun, so he loses his ability to refuel, and take out his weaponized machine. Hopefully leave them in such a state that I can rest easy knowing that for the time being the airspace around the Mun is being made safe for yours and my use. So, let's go. On that note, let's go back to the Space Center, because I'm going to launch those 2 ships that we just saw.
Go, go, go!
Yeah, so the first ship is an interceptor. I'm planning on not really using that. I'm planning on leaving that in orbit around the Mun. But the bomber I intend on bringing back, hopefully, if it's got enough fuel. Right then, so I'm going to launch into the plane of the Mun first. Once I've got this up in orbit, we've got to work out which direction that nightshade stuff is orbiting, so I can change the inclination on the way to the Mun once I've left Kerbin's influence, so I can hopefully use up as little fuel as possible. But I have tested it. It's got enough fuel to go to the Mun in a equilateral orbit around the Mun, and it has enough oomph in it to change its orbit to an orbit around the poles, which is quite a cool thing to do. Right. So, once physics have loaded up, we haven't quite loaded up yet. We're not seeing the thing bobbling around. Oh, there we go. There's physics.
And the writing on the top left has gone yellow, indicating there's going to be a large amount of it.
Yes, so let's do the ascent guidance. Let's bring that up. And I'm going to bring up the assets. Where are you? Utilities, there we go. Utilities is useful. Useful little gizmo there. Now on my utilities, I'm going to limit the terminal velocity so it doesn't waste too much fuel, prevent overheats. Doesn't need it. Smooth throttle, I've decided to stop working because it was jerking the throttle everywhere and causing bits to break. Well, smooth throttle seems to slow that down a bit, so it helps. Edit ascent path, start at 20. Yep, that's good. Okay, 200 km's good enough. Yeah. I'm happy with that. 3, 2, 1.
Fire!
Throttling up there, and go!
Just out of interest, have you done a test flight of this?
Yes.
How did it go? Did you get an explosion or two?
Once I got to this stage, it's okay. The test, I'll test it out. You notice there's like, there's 3 stages. So I'll build a stage, then see if it'll take off with it. Then build the next stage, then see if it'll take off with it. And then build the next stage, and then see if that will take off with it. So it's a case of testing lots and trying to work out what works engine-wise.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen who are watching, I'm going to be fast-forwarding this. So you guys are going to listen to some cool music. And me and Mr. Mod are going to come back in once we're in orbit. So enjoy some music and enjoy the show. Hello everybody and welcome back. I've managed to get this beast up into orbit. As you can
It's so
see,
pretty.
it's currently upside down, so the cockpits are currently facing the planet. There's actually quite a nice view. I found something new out about the cockpits. If I go to him, boop, that's the internal view of the bomber. In fact, it's the back seat of the bomber, and the view's not that good unless you look up, right?
Nice.
Well, if I put F2 and just get rid of the stuff, I didn't know you could do this, but you can. You can look out the windows.
That's awesome.
So you can look forward. And it doesn't just work with the back seat as well. If I... F2, bring it back all in. There we go. Find the front seat pilot. And again, it's a nice view, but it is somewhat blocked by in here. If I click on the forward bit, you're looking straight down the nose of the ship. And you've still got the nav ball to be able to look at. So, pretty damn cool. But, yep, so what we're going to be doing is going to be having a nice view. Look at that. That's a pretty view. Right, and boop. There we go. Right then, all information. That is good enough for me to be able to worry about. Now, I'm just going to check on my Delta V status, which is the bottom stage. I've got enough to change my ship's velocity by 1,971 meters per second. Which is good, which is a minute's worth of burning, which should be enough to get me to the Mun, slow me down, and still have enough to faff around. And if not, then the next stage, which is the back of the bomber, has got another 1,300. So, yeah. And the reason why that's 11 minutes, not 1 minute, is because these use nuclear engines, which are very, very, very efficient. So, let's have a quick look at our orbital map. So the first things we want to do is we want to plan, there's the Mun. Set Mun as a target. So many things around the Mun.
All of the everything.
Mun, set as target. Yes, set the Mun as target, that's good. Okay, now I am somewhere there. So let's do this easy mode because it seemed to work last time with a bit of tweaking. Move the planner. That can scooch out of the way. I want to Hoffman transfer to target, create and execute. It's down here. Now it always does an encounter which will actually hit it. So what you want to do is you want to trim off a little bit of fuel and see where it leaves us. Now I want it to loop around behind it. That's a periapsis which will end up in a clockwise rotation, which I hope is good because then I can either turn it up or nose it down depending on where Nightshade stuff is. So there we go. Yep. Auto warp. So it should be just a case. Yep, he's just nosing around. So he's going to be pointing at a target. I've got a Mun periapsis of 100k, which is good. So a reasonable distance. I can't remember how high Nightshade stuff is, but I do remember it's within the inner clump of stuff, so it's within 200k. So we're just bringing our nose round. Again, I'm not burning any RCS because we've got plenty of time to kill. We're not in a rush, and the only RCS that's carried on the ship is I'm trying to reserve it for the actual ships themselves when they decouple. So it's a here you go. So plenty of fuel. It's a 771 meters per second burn, and we've got 1,971's worth of meters per second in the fuel tanks.
Good times.
So, yeah, that's the technical stuff. That's just telling me what the Delta V is. So I know that I'm going to have enough fuel to get to the Mun, and definitely have enough fuel to brake once I'm there. So it's just a simple case of, yep, he's just going to fast forward me. Lots and lots and lots. I suspect this burn might be in the dark, which is bad, sad face. Happily not, these ships don't rely on solar power to get their power. I learned that lesson a long time ago. If you've only got little power needs, and if you've only got small power needs, and you don't have iron engines, you don't need solar panels. Just a few batteries and a couple of those nuclear generators. And those little nuclear generators are small and can be half hidden within stuff. So they're pretty hard to knock off, as opposed to solar panels, which are really easy to knock off.
You like knock things off, do you?
Okay, so we're just waiting for... There's the mun just peeking around the shoulder. Back in the day when you didn't have maneuver node editors, this used to be the time that you used to know that you should burn for the mun. Pretty though. Okay, so bringing the warp time back down again, and we're going to be doing a burn roughly about now. Roughly. Come on. You know you want to.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Do
So,
it.
ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to do is it's just going to be lots of boring burning and zooming out to target and doing inclination changes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you guys back in once I am at the mun and ready to do some exciting stuff. Because watching things just burn away like this is just a little bit boring. So I'll bring you guys back in when we're at the mun. I'll see you in a second. Hello everybody and welcome back. We finally managed to get to the mun with my awesome spaceship, and we are in a orbit that needs to be changed slightly. As you can see, Nightshade stuff, which is here, is orbiting on a polar orbit, whereas I'm in a orbit around the middle, the waist. So I need to select one of his craft as a target, and I'm thinking...
Uh-oh. He's thinking, everybody watch out.
Oh. Okay, I'll set... Yeah, they're both on exactly the same plane, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to set them as an orbital inclination. You see it at that point there where they cross over. That's probably where the burn's going to occur.
So what are we doing now? Are you going to go for an interceptor, take it?
Well, first of all, we've got to match plane to target. So I'm going to get rid of the mover planner, and I'm going to get the... let's have a look. I might need the mover planner, actually.
MechJeb, why so much stuff?
Remember, there's autopilot, remember, there's planner. Okay. Okay, so... I want to align planes. So it's a case of, I guess that should be it.
Yeah, F5.
There's me.
So...
There's it. That's it planned. That's what it wants me to do. Now I know that's going to go skew because that's 638 meters per second, and my launch stage has got 800. So I might be able to make that.
You'll be fine, mate. You'll be fine, he says.
I hope that... Well, now I'm in orbit around the mun. I'm going to hit F5 now. But I hope that it puts me in the right direction as well, as opposed to just matching planes. So, fingers crossed. If it doesn't, I'll just come back to this point. So, where's utilities? Let's have a looky. So, auto warp is on, limit for questions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the maneuver planner, because he's put in that's there already. Now he's pretty sure he's turning his orbit, as you can see. So once he's finished turning, and again I'm not going to use any RCS, he should fast forward until he gets to the relevant point, and then he should just start burning.
Go, 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 as they say.
Yeah, so, just burning, boring stuff, really. So let's go to the staging and see what he's doing.
How much fuel have you actually got left on there, 40-40? Oh, that's so pretty. I like that. I do like that.
There you go. I've got 4 of those tanks, and each one has got 1,200 and something.
I'd be happy with that getting out of Kerbin. Bloody hell, you got that around the mun.
Yep. That's the general idea, because of the plane change is going to is going to be it is going to be expensive.
I suppose at the same time you're planning on doing other stuff, though, aren't you? Didn't you say something about getting them home afterwards as well?
I'd like to get the bomber, which you can just see there. It's on its side there. That's where its cockpit is. In fact, let's turn the cockpit lights on to give you a bit of a better inclination. Apparently that doesn't use up any electricity either. There you go. That's its top. So there you go. That's a bit of a better view. There you go. That's the experimental. There you go. We'll do that. So that's the experimental bomber. Now it's an improvement over the Firestorm, which has been used before. It's got more fuel, and it doesn't have ion engines. The Firestorm did, whereas this just has nuclear engines on it. Just 2 nuclear engines. So it's got a bit more power. So it's not as economical as the old Firestorm, because like that run on iron stuff, the Firestorm was designed to be used like in the far depths of space. But so most of the fighting is around Kerbin. I've gone for a vessel that's just got more fuel all around. It carries exactly the same armaments, which can be interchangeable. I reckon I could probably get another one of these little things here stacked next to the cabin for another shot.
Bloody hell. Talk about overkill.
Yeah, I was thinking, well, let's stick with the original designs, as it's only a prototype, and then see kind of what happens. I mean, this thing has got basically the firepower of a capital vessel, but no protection whatsoever. So if it gets shot, it's going to die in a fireball.
It's a glass cannon. Awesome.
Yes. Whereas this little guy here has got lots of armor, got similar weaponry as you see, but is designed to survive a direct hit, which, as we've already seen, it actually works. That's the first time my Mark II interceptor's ever been shot at, and it survived. With
Yay!
all the key systems working, so... But the bomber is, everything is just exposed. If you just look at the RCS on the side, the engines just stick out. I mean, any hit on this anywhere will probably disable it.
But think of the extra weight you'll be packing if you do happen to armour it up. I mean, that's extra fuel you'll be burning. Yeah. So I think it's a nice compromise you got there. Power!
Well, it's...
GPS!
It's to add to the fleet of ships that I've already got, because I've got the Interceptor, heavily armed, moderate firepower. And then I've got 2 ships which are not armoured in any way, shape or form. They're literally designed to go out to a target, fuck shit up, and then come home. Thus denying the kill to the enemy. So, yeah, the Interceptors are the only class, other than the Capital classes, which are designed to actually stay on target and basically get shot at and retaliate.
Time warp is happening.
Yep. I mean, he's pointing at the marker. The burn is in about 10 minutes. You see the lights glitching out a little bit. It always glitches out around the Mun. I'm not sure why. It's just a thing. It doesn't do it around Mimus. It does it around the Mun whenever it goes into time acceleration. The light effects just go a bit mental. And, yep, so we're going to be burning in a few seconds. We should have enough fuel.
He says.
Fingers crossed. And I hope he matches. I'm pointing down, and if I'm on the opposite side, let's have a look in the map view, if it'll let me. There we go. So if Nightshade stuff is looping around like so, then if I'm pointing down, it means hopefully he'll be burning in the correct direction.
Yay!
So, hey, I'm hoping that it works out okay.
We'll be fine.
So what I'm going to do is, as it does a burn, I'm going to just pull these out of the way a little bit. There's menus everywhere. What I'm doing is going to pull out the Delta V status, and we're going to watch these numbers tick down. And this tells me how much I've got left in the main tanks. So I should have some spare. Oh, there goes my apoapsis, goes straight down. Kiss goodbye to that apoapsis. I'm hoping it'll put another manoeuvre node in. and get
It
my apparatus
looks
back
like
out.
it's going okay, sir.
Well, I'm prepared to eject the empty fuel canisters and light the bomber's engines, because they're pretty decent. I mean, two nuclear engines, they're not to be sniffed at, and something that's got quite a lot of fuel on it, it can push itself around and its cargo with the interceptor too. So fingers crossed, we've actually got fuel left. By the looks of it, we've got 500 left, and it's counting down from 200. I'm just a bit worried that the periapse has just disappeared. It looks like I'm just basically going to be crash landing into the mun.
Stop stressing, guy. It's so good.
Oh no! Oh, it's bringing me back out again. If you look.
See, I told you we'd be fine. You stress so much, 4040. You stress so much.
Oh, I don't want to see my baby crash and burn. Not in this way.
It will, just like you say, not in this way. Have some faith in your own building ability and in MechJeb. You're always telling me to trust a MechJeb. It's a good product, really, it is.
You never trust MechJeb. MechJeb does goof up every now and again.
That's because, Mr. Mod, me and you are experienced enough to know when MechJeb goes wrong, so we could turn it off and intervene should we need to. Right?
I hope so. Right, I think that is kind of done, maybe?
Kind of. It's matched your node perfectly. All you have to do is fast forward a bit, make sure you're going in the right direction relative to Nightshade's equipment.
Well, his stuff's there, so my stuff's there, so let's keep an eye on it.
So you should be going in a anti-clockwise direction, I believe.
Yeah, looks like I'm going in the right direction as him.
Okay, clockwise, my bad.
It looks like I'm going around that way. Yep. So okay, so we're doing good. Right. So the next part of the our little, let's get rid of that. We've got 252 meters per second worth of stuff left. So I'm going to be ejecting these tanks very shortly. But the idea is next is I would like to park within. I'm going to go for 300 meters. Should give me enough time to do stuff and then send the individual ships towards their target.
Feel good?
So I'm going to engage the autopilot. Apparently there's a 1 meters per second burn. Not quite sure. Oh, he's changing the inclination.
Only a little.
But I've got 17 seconds to move to the target. So I think at this point I can afford to turn the RCS on.
You got plenty of it, mate. Over 1,000 units worth.
I said turn the RCS on. There you go.
Yay!
Not sure it's going to help that much. I'm going to miss it. If it misses it particularly nastily, I'll just stop this and then tell it to do again. Hopefully it'll work itself out. If you remember last time, you had a little bit of a problem with it.
Only a little bit.
And it glitched out, but we fast forwarded very slightly and just told it to sort itself out.
See, it's all good because it's good. Yeah, totally.
Well, T-minus 6 seconds to get down. I'm not seeing any kind of target marker. That's the thing about this lady. She is fat. Takes a long time to do anything. Apparently I am throttled up.
Oh?
Well, that's changed. Or is that because the RCS was on?
You're spinning in quite a odd direction.
I'm not sure where he wants me to go.
I think MechJeb's messed up.
Well, I've gone past it, whatever it is. Right, disengaging autopilot. Removal nodes.
Schedule the burn 1 hour 22 from now. Really?
That was the circularized one.
Okay.
Ignore that one. Get rid of that. That was the circularization burn for burning around the mine. Okay, so let's try that again. Where is my maneuver that it wants me to do? The maneuver is in 30 minutes. That's more like it. That gives us more time.
Yay.
So yeah, we're just spinning around. So what I'm going to do is, this is just going to be lots of boring, just moving in circles. So when we start getting close to our target, I'm going to bring you guys in. So I'll see you in a second, guys. Bye. Tune in next time to see if we manage to make a successful attack on Nightshade ships. I've been 4040. The madman sitting in my co-pilot seat has been Mr. Mod. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this, please hit that like button, and if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that button too. You're going to get a whole load of extra content, and that's always good. And if you feel like talking to me and you don't want to have to deal with Google Plus or YouTube, then I am on Facebook and Twitter too. So, once again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time for, well, hopefully a whole load of explosions. See you later, guys. Bye now.